Alright, just like that, we back. Like, subscribe, comment. I'ma explain to y'all why I would never, in the history of my life, ever live in places like Chicago, Philadelphia. There's just a few places that are a complete no-go. And because there's just ignorance at its finest taking place. Just a whole bunch of dusties running around like it's Grand Theft Auto, booming everything except the goddamn targets. Stupid. Except the goddamn targets. Let me explain. Like, subscribe, comment. Let's watch it. Let me get out the way so you guys can see this. Just watch. Bro and them jump right out the car. Right out the car. Boom. They about to slide. They about to slide. Boom, boom, boom. They busting off shots. He done almost now. Hold up real quick. Run that back. Run that back. This idiot almost runs directly into a headshot from his friend. Stupid. Not knowing what he's doing. So he gets to shooting. He get nervous. He runs and almost runs directly into a headshot from one of his friends. Watch it. Look at it. Boom. Runs right into. Boom. Boom. Yeah. Look. Look. And they are tearing this goddamn gray car up. The dudes, you guys might not know it, but the people who they are gunning for are in the parking lot behind this red car. So you see the guy over here. They're in the parking lot behind this red car. They are tearing this gray car up. So just imagine. Someone's sitting in there enjoying their day, listening to some music. Car pulls up. Guys hop out. Their intended target is in the goddamn parking lot, and they throw 15 shots through a car that has absolutely nothing to do with nothing. Imagine, fuck it, you're not even in the car. You just come out the next day to get in your car. Your car is riddled with bullets from somebody shooting at somebody else that ain't even shooting back. Let's continue. Look at it, boom, 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 boom. Tearing that car up. Tearing that car up. And they just drive off, no care in the world. No care in the world. And they know there's ring cameras now. There's all sorts of shit out here. You know the street cameras. You know you're going to have to drive past 15 stores. See, this is why don't nobody like you. This is why don't nobody want black people in their neighborhoods no more. This is why when we move in, they say there goes the community. This is why every time we show up in large groups somewhere, we're getting profiled. This is why when police pull cars over, they be so goddamn nervous, because this was one car with 4 people in it, all loaded to the T with firearms. Now, when police are watching this kind of footage over and over and over on a daily basis, picking the bodies up off of the streets, when they pull over another car that has 4 similar looking black men in it that might just be minding their business, we're gonna look at it as racial profiling when they decide to walk to the car with their hand on the blick. The hell with the police life that gotta go home afterwards. The hell with his family that he gotta answer to. He has to almost risk his life to make sure he approaches this car the wrong way when this is the type of nonsense going on. This is why no one wants us anywhere. This is why there's certain races of people that will only move into our communities to open business, but at the end of the night, when they close shop, they going back to the other side of town and refuse to do anything for that community because they see this community as done for. They don't see any hope in this. They don't see any culture left in this. They don't see anything that these children are going to be able to tap into that's going to be able to save them. And this is why I'm so hard on fathers staying in the life of their goddamn children. I'll tell you right now that all 4 of them ain't have no goddamn daddy. I'll tell you right now that all 4 of them had a fucked up upbringing. I'm going to tell you right now that if there were more men in the community giving these boys something to do, that they would not be out here like this is Grand Theft Auto. You would think these kids are playing tag as often as this happens. They're just broad daylight having it. Look, let's go to another one. Let's go to another one.
Again at 5 o'clock, though, with possible links in multiple shootings that happened in recent weeks here in the city of Philadelphia. That's according to Philly police.
Eyewitness News reporter Matt Petrillo is live outside Philadelphia Police headquarters with the very latest. Good evening, Matt.
Hey, Siaf and Natasha, good evening to you. Police have been looking for links in several recent shootings in Philadelphia, and as they continue to investigate, what is clear is the pain felt by those who have lost loved ones to gun violence. Security video released by Philadelphia police on Wednesday shows 3 suspects wearing dark clothing, masks, and latex gloves as they run from a vehicle and ambush a 19-year-old man, firing more than 24 times.
Now, The one thing that most of those Black Lives Matter people ain't thinking about, the one thing that the NAACP and the rest of them ain't thinking about, is we did not just lose a 19-year-old at this point right here. And imagine they're having children at 19. So these could be fathers. These could be people with children. We lost 4 black people in this situation right here. 4. Because all 3 of them, when they're caught, they're done for life. Gone. On top of the young man that died. 4 for 1 special. So for all the guys out here screaming racism, for all the guys out here that want to fight back the power, for all the guys out here that's pushing these narratives, for all the guys dealing with this, all the women dealing with this and this police brutality and all of this other bullshit, this is our biggest problem. This is our biggest problem. How do we know that wasn't an engineer that was going to do something great for the black community? How do we know that any of these other 3 children that never had a chance to actually live a normal life? Because you have to grow up around this kind of shit to be this kind of reckless. You have to be a different level of stupid to be this kind of reckless. Look at it. This is broad daylight. The sun is out. The sun is out. That's why I didn't like the idea of being able to wear a mask and just walk around in the middle of the goddamn summer. I don't like none of those ideas because it brings apart shit like this. And you can see they plan this out. They're getting tactical now. They're pulling off these hits like they part of the mafia or some shit. Just ran down on a 19-year-old young man. How much anger has to be in you at the age of these children to do stuff like this and just say, fuck it, I'm willing to just throw it away. I'm willing to throw it all away. Life's not even worth living anymore. I don't care anymore. I'm just going to go and I'm going to boom this dude and I'll suffer the consequences later. And to think in Philadelphia, these kids will get away with this 8 or 9 times before they're finally caught. Bruh. They'll get away with this 8 or 9 times before they're finally caught. But let this happen to a young white man. Let this happen in a neighborhood that this ain't supposed to happen in. They'll shut the whole fucking city down. So a part of me knows that they're allowing this to just happen. Let the wolves eat the wolves. A part of me knows that they're allowing this to just happen. Again, this is why I homeschool. Again, this is why I'm so strict on my children. This is the reason that I move the way I do when it comes to raising children. Because if you allow these kind of kids to become their friends, you can't monitor who becomes their friends when they're at school. Whoever they meet up with when they're at school, they become their friends, and these kids will do anything to get next to these friends. You guys are giving them cell phones. You're giving them social media. Like, my son is 10 and he doesn't have social media. He's banned from it. He's not allowed on TikTok. He's banned from it. There's none of it on none of our phones. We don't play that shit because they have access to information and access to people who will get them into this kind of nonsense. And the only way to protect them is to shelter them from it because it's going on all over the place. This is why don't nobody like us. This is why don't nobody want us around. This is why we can't have no rap concerts. This is why we don't have Takeoff. This is why we don't have Young Dolph. This is why we don't have Nipsey. This is the reason that we don't have P&B Rock. This is the reason that we keep suffering blow after blow after blow in the community because they want to address bullshit, police brutality, and police might. Let's say police brutality is real and they do this to 10 people in a year. I can go through the list in Philadelphia and show you this happening every single day on every part of town. This is the issue. Lack of fathers is the issue. Children having children is the issue. Single parent households is the issue. Going to college to become shit that don't mean nothing, that's the issue. Having so much debt you're never going to be able to work your way out of it because you got a degree in a field that's not going to allow you to work in it. That's the issue. Education is the issue, but it's not the education that they got us thinking about. It's being financially educated. It's being emotionally educated. Learning how to be a man. Learning how to be a woman. Learning how to have some kind of discipline and self-control. Learning how not to throw your life away. That's what's important to me. But this is the reason I would never live in places like Philadelphia, Chicago, most parts of Florida, Atlanta, because this is just happening at Houston. This is just happening everywhere. It's to the point that I just want to move to Kansas and get some farmland and stay far the fuck away from everybody because this is happening all over the place. And the more that it gets shown, the more it gets glorified through the music, the more it's going to continue to happen. But we'll keep bringing you guys videos like this to keep us awake about how to protect our children better. Like, subscribe, comment.